Estremor.
This does look like Theos' kind of place.
I remember when I was a girl, and the missionaries came and told us about the gods. They said we could see. I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because I wanted to see them. That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort. I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you. I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies on a stronghold that can resist an invading army. Osionis. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the
I need something sharp.
Missed!
A perfect memory for centuries. That's a long time to live with yourself.
Ulu Sen! I'm not going anywhere like this.
Another turn, Inquisitor. I ask again, Jovara Ixensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I can...
Indeed. And where...
He wears the robe.
You have no followers here, Her...
Only my truth.
Another turn.
No!
You are ready to...
I'm ready.
There's a first time for everything, and a last.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
Looks like all my parts are still moving.
Did anyone bring a ladder? So you knew this Theos character ages ago, that right? And that was what, a few hundred years ago? What's that even like, remembering something from so long ago? That may be a mercy. That's what's got me thinking about Theos. Those Delamgon said he remembers everything. I mean, can you imagine? recalling centuries in perfect detail. Every lost love, torture. And from the gods he purportedly serves, no less. You ever wonder how that's changed him? Whether Theos would have chosen this path all those lifetimes ago if he'd known where it would lead? I'm not defending Theos, but I remember what it was like to carry a burden you can't put down. Which makes me wonder what other gods told you that he means to strengthen Woodica. But I suppose you...
Oh, look at here.
No prisoners! No prisoners!
Ain't that special?
Kill them all! No!
If you say so.
So my love returned. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here? I have had time to make my peace with all possible fates. There is little anyone could do to cause me distress now. But your threats are unnecessary. I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice. After all this time, he would still stand against the tide. I will tell you what I remember. I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true. That the gods are...
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. She's not
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people. The Anguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be. I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor trick. They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos's people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if, and an avoidable. What if all the tragedy, all the persecution...
That's not... That can't be...
The power of the gods is undeniable. What if you had always been alone, with...
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance. What if your body is destined to out...
And keep me caged up? Like you?
You may have little choice in the matter. But as to your purpose... What if no god had the authority to relieve our burden?
Are the gods any less important because we created them? If what we're saying is true, people made the gods because they needed forgiveness, guidance. For the first time in decades, I feel whole. And it was the power of a...
Power it may have been, but not... You don't need to. Everything you choose to do in light of it will be your answer. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it? I often wonder that myself. If things had gone differently, if the world had taken my faith instead of the Anguithin's fate. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to... I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember? Of all that I loved you for, it was your righteousness most of all. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who? Maybe so. Maybe so. You denied me a chance to know your reasons. And even if you hadn't, some part of me would always know it didn't truly answer what I wished to know. Nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicion. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made? At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish. But now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that... Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know. You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might in a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the site of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition. But time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal but these souls. These forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very... Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again. Never wished to bring you harm. I had thought that the truth would liberate you. Please, even imprisoned here, at least I do not live in ignorance. At least my purpose was formed by truth. Do not make...
I'm not going anywhere like this.